Welcome to the dansports.tips MLB Preview show for today, the 14th of May. It's been a good week, hasn't it? We've come out of the doldrums. We managed to tread water and keep ourselves about levels when we were struggling earlier in the season, and here we are now enjoying the fruits of our labour. We're almost 100 points up for the season, and let's kick on again with the games today. I'm going to start with Houston at Boston. Both starters in this matchup, Clay Buchholz and Colin McHugh, have had their issues this year. Buchholz has been struggling with his location, has allowed at least 4 runs on 5 occasions this year. Colin McHugh has allowed 4 or more 4 times this year. Both of the lineups have plenty of power in them. The weather conditions are forecast to be helping the hitters plenty today at Fenway Park. The two teams played yesterday and went comfortably over the line of 9.5 where it's set today, so we will play the over in this matchup. The Chicago White Sox go in for Game 2 at the Yankee Stadium. They won 7-1 behind ace Chris Sale yesterday. They will send Jose Quintana to the hill today. He's another lefty who is pitching almost as well as Sale this year. As we know, left-handed pitchers don't play well for the Yankees. Quintana's been pitching, as I say, close to Sale level. He's won his last 4 starts with an ERA below 1. Even Nova will start for the Yankees. He is middle of the road. He's in for the injured CC Sabathia. Nova was solid the first time up against Kansas City, who were and still are struggling at that stage. It looks likely to me that Quintana can shut the Yankees down again today. I don't think the Sox are going to need a massive amount of offense to win the game, and I'm not going to buy any extras, but I am going to play Chicago White Sox on a run line today. The Detroit Tigers go into the red-hot Baltimore Orioles again today. This is another matchup of struggling pitchers in a hitter's ballpark, with forecast wins assisting the hitters. Mike Wright will pitch for Baltimore. He has got an 8+ ERA, winning only once in his last 11 starts. Anibal Sanchez will oppose for Detroit. He is struggling with control, allowing too many base runners. He's got an ERA approaching 6 for the year. He was shelled for 6 runs on his last visit to Camden Yards. We all know that Detroit's got the murderer's row of Ian Kinsler, Justin Upton, Miguel Cabrera, Victor Martinez and JD Martinez at the heart of their lineup. Baltimore's lineup is also filled with power. They lead the American League in home runs this year. There is plenty of scope for a lot of runs to go on the board quickly in this one, and neither team's got a particularly good bullpen, so the relief pitching isn't going to shorten the game either from an overs perspective. The line's 9.5 and I'm playing the over. There were another couple of games I looked at from an overs perspective. Cincinnati at Philly is set at 7.5. Generally down to the 2-week lineups, I would assume. Citizens Bank is a notorious hitter's ballpark. Again, we've got wind blowing straight out, forecast fairly strongly there today. Tim Adelman will pitch for Cincinnati. He has navigated a couple of hitters' parks quite well at Great American Ballpark and Miller Park in his first 2 starts. He'll be opposed by Aaron Nola, who is a pitcher I like, but he has had struggles at home this year. I wouldn't be as confident with this one as the other 2, but with the likes of Joey Votto, Jay Bruce, Eugenio Suarez, Brandon Phillips, Michael Franco, Ryan Howard, there are plenty of hitters here that are capable of clearing the fences a few times. The other game is Toronto at Texas. Colby Lewis, who pitches for Texas, has had home run issues. Marco Estrada in opposition is one of the more fly ball prone hitters in baseball. Both the lineups play fairly well for power. It is another venue that favours the hitters, and there is another decent looking wind forecast to be assisting those hitters today. I'm not as confident in those 2 as the other 2, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a 2-point accumulator on Toronto at Texas over 9.5, Cincinnati at Philly over 7.5, Detroit at Baltimore over 9.5, and Houston at Boston over 9.5. Pays just below 14-1 with Bet365. I'm looking at the Cubs as well, but the prices as usual are not up yet. Obviously Arrieta's on the hill, super consistent. It depends what prices they are as to whether or not I'll play those. And I'm also looking at the Washington-Miami doubleheader, but again they're off the board because they've moved the pitchers around in the games. So that one's off the board as well. Those are the games I'm playing today. Keep an eye on Twitter to see if there's any more on those games later on. Best of luck if you're playing. Play ball.